It's my favorite couple. Look at this.
Hi,
Hey,
How you guys,
James.
how you guys doing?
doing well. How are you?
Okay, I'm really good. It's now listen, guys, it's just the two of us talking, right? So let's be honest here. Do you guys feel like Henry and Jorge, they're the best couple on the show, right?
Of course,
I mean, I feel
without a
biased.
doubt, without a doubt.
It doesn't seem close to me either. I want to make sure with you guys because if anyone would know, it would be you guys. So I would let
No,
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
it's totally us.
It's one of my favorite parts of this season is we see this in the trailer, so no spoilers here. Now it's Jorge's turn to be thrown to the wolves because it's his turn to meet the parents this
Yes,
time. How much are you both looking forward to those scenes? Because I got to tell you, I was loving that initial meeting, especially. It's great scenes.
really, it's really fun, and gosh, it was so nice to be able to get to kind of have Jorge be where Henry was last year or in the first season. Um, and of course, in true Jorge fashion, he doesn't handle it as gracefully as Henry did. In
Really,
yeah, yeah, I know it's surprising, right?
I'm shocked.
So yeah, I mean, it was it was very, very fun to do all of that.
What do you say, Vincent? Because I'm sure you've got thoughts.
Oh man, I mean, we really pushed it too. I mean, it's one thing for like Henry from season one, episode one, to do the his bisexual talk to the elderly Diaz family, and all the kids and relatives. But like Jorge Diaz Jr. with Henry's parents, there were levels of cringe, like laughable cringe, that were just pretty enjoyable on
The
set, and
Jorge
it was
Diaz story,
the
laughable
Jorge.
cringe.
Oh, come on, that hat was fire, and you know it.
It was
Listen, I
yeah, there.
actually, Mark enjoyed the hat. Okay, Mark enjoyed the hat. It was Jorge.
Yeah,
No
those
doubt.
scenes with the cowboy hats and the it was next level. It was also so real too. Like just
Mhm.
that, like that's so relatable. Like, you get so caught up in like, oh my God, I hope the parents like me, but it never can. Sometimes it might not dawn on you, like, I don't know if I'm gonna like them, and like, but I love him. And so raising that question and seeing what shenanigans and madness ensue from there was actually pretty fun. And then also we got to learn more about Henry and Jorge and Henry's parents, and that level of depth and exploration is really refreshing in our show, especially for a romantic comedy that celebrates diversity and inclusivity.
Definitely a lot of depth added there. Really quickly, I wanted to ask, we know that they're each other's person. There's no doubt about that. Do you kind of think though that they bring things out in each other that we wouldn't see otherwise? Because you just see that when they're together, they just bring things out in one another. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, every couple, I think, has private moments that are not, where they share things with each other that they don't necessarily project in social situations or whatever. And I think that a lot of, we see a lot of like Jorge's vulnerability with Henry in kind of very private and intimate moments. Which I think is smart, right? Like I think that he projects this kind of confidence and this air about him. But if this is your person, if this is your support system, it only makes sense that you would have these very kind of vulnerable, leveling conversations, but in private. So I think that it's nice to kind of have a delineation between the private and public sphere when talking about a relationship.
Absolutely. And we'll see all that come to pass when season two of With Love returns to Prime Video on June the 2nd. Mark, Vincent, thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.